This is not a stupid sports joke, it's a warm and a wonderful invitation. The Durban July has gone outer limits and will also take place in Joburg this year. Right here at the Broadacres Shopping Centre, your MC for the day at the Outer Limits Restaurant and Cocktail Bar, Joffers my boy. Don't miss out, we've got your spot reserved. Book now on 011 467 7938.
The Vodacom Durban July is the most famous thoroughbred horse race in the country. And this year, Outer Limits, situated here in the Fourways area, are going to be holding the Vodacom Durban July here for those people who can't afford to go there. And what happened over there is we found the most famous guy in Gauteng as far as radio is concerned. Joffers my boy. We're going to have a chat to him because he's had a couple of horses. But the Vodacom Durban July, here or there, where are you going to be?
Bosky, last couple of years I've been in Durban. It's been unbelievable. But this year I've decided to come to the July here in Joburg. Outer Limits, I think it's going to be one hell of a bash. Something different, and it's going to be unique. I think they expect something like 2,000 or 3,000 people. Drinks, food, you name it. The bookies are going to be here as well. And what better place, fine dining here at Outer Limits, and yeah, we're going to have a blast. Durban July here in Joburg as well.
Now what is amazing for me is that you've got the Oaks winner, you've got Pocket Power, the Supreme Champion, you've got the Champions Challenge winner, Smart Banker, a lot of accountants might like that, and then of course you've got a horse like Big City Life who's emerged from nowhere. He's the undisputed heavyweight champion of the 3-year-olds, and then of course you go back to the 1,000 to 1 chances. You want to touch on that?
No, exactly. I've got a Shruti for you. How about Lafferty's horse, Goat? That's my kind of value. I like that kind of value. 1,000.
They're having a go at Laff. Go at. You got it? They won't even run. She's got to be in the Oaks.
What happens if Goat gets a run? You never know. Laff may have.
I'll run around this bar naked.
If Goat runs in the July.
Yeah.
Looking forward to him. By the way, I don't think we want to see a 60-year-old running naked around here. Every year everybody thinks something's got to beat Pocket Power. But the way Mark Bash trains at, all his horses, he's just unbelievable. He gets them in top condition, and it's going to be tough to beat Pocket Power, but everyone's talking about how good River Jatez is going to be. For anybody who's not going to Durban, and you want to have an atmosphere that is going to be second to none, then you've got to come to Outer Limits.
Outer Limits Restaurant and Cocktail Bar. That's where you've got to be for the Vodacom Durban July. If you can't be in Durban, it's a no-brainer. Many of you may remember John Panis, former apprentice in South Africa, got an opportunity to go and ride in Dubai and has now come back to South Africa as a result of a life-threatening injury that would have curtailed his career as a rider. And he's doing very, very well on the outer limits of racing, and we now have the opportunity to ask him about his experience as far as the Vodacom Durban July is concerned. Now, Johnny, what do you feel this Vodacom Durban July has to offer the punter who can't come down to KwaZulu-Natal?
This is going to be the party away from Durban. We've got fantastic giveaways. We've been working around the clock putting this together. I remember about 3 months ago, Charles and I sat together here and we started brainstorming. And Charles and I go back to the days of Dubai when I was still very, very young there. Victory Moon, Ipitombi, and all those horses that really put South African racing on the map in Dubai. And the two of us started brainstorming and started finding out who we can bring in.
Isn't it amazing that at the time of this economic swing, that people have an opportunity to experience the Vodacom Durban July here in Johannesburg, where probably the biggest turnover is done in any event?
Most definitely, Andrew. It's really, really great that the fact that we've got the size of venue that we do, and we can offer it to people to be able to come in, experience the day, get dressed up. The prizes we've got hot air balloons rides, we've got a helicopter ride, we've got a weekend away at a 5-star guest lodge, we've got a weekend away at the Palace, a weekend away at Cascades. It's fantastic, really, really. We're going big this year, and everybody must just come.
Now, who is going to win this year's Vodacom Durban July from the saddle?
You know what, I'm going with something that I saw win very, very specially on Saturday in the Daily News 2000. Big City Life.
Big City Life, Dan DeLago over the last 200. Big City Life and Dan DeLago, these are the two. Big City Life, Dan DeLago, but Big City Life, he's showing his courage. Big City Life held on.
Simon, as the owner and proprietor of this beautiful place, Outer Limits Restaurant and Cocktail Bar, business as usual tonight with the Lions playing the Sharks, but a very different scenario on Vodacom Durban July comes the 4th of July.
Well, Andrew, hopefully weather-wise as well. You know, we're sitting inside in a very warm restaurant with a fire burning, watching these guys playing rugby, but on the 4th of July, we normally have wonderful weather. We have sunshine. It's an outdoor event, obviously. So we're looking at 2,000 or 3,000 people outdoors under huge coloured marquees, beautiful girls. Our Joffers is the MC. We'll be running through all the races. We've got bookies on site, so guests will be encouraged to bet and run through the whole process. There'll be food, drink, cocktails, the whole shebang. We've kind of analysed betting opportunities within the northern suburbs, and you're quite right, there are few and far between. And it is a very big component of this particular event, but I have to say it's not the main component. The main component is to really have a Johannesburg tie-in to Durban and replicate, maybe even beat, the atmosphere that happens down there. And it gives all of us who are working on this busy day and not getting down to Durban an opportunity to celebrate and go just as big and enjoy the same opportunities as they have down there. We lure in a lot of our regular customers who are from Cedar Lakes, Dainfern and areas around here, and a lot of these guys are big punters. They're clearly not always getting to the races. And we've had some big wins. You know, lots of guys have won 50 grand, 100 grand at a time on a race here. So it's quite fun. You know, it's big stuff. The guys are betting big money and partying hard. A lot of tequila going down and a lot of winnings going down.
Jay, I really am sorry to interrupt the quietness of your watching the Lions versus the Sharks, but you did impart to me the fact that you have been to 1 or 2 Vodacom Durban Julys. What does it mean to you as an individual?
Well, it's a lot of fun. It's a great social event, and you know, it's good for client liaison, customer liaison, and especially taking suppliers down to the function in Durban. And
so you use it as a hospitality vehicle?
Absolutely, and it works for us.
So you'll be here on Vodacom Durban July Day?
Absolutely. I've booked my table already with young Johnny.
Family?
No, just corporate.
I know it's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, it's about running an operation that provides hospitality for the people of the area. And the Vodacom Durban July, suffice to say, is one of the greatest events in the country.
I'm terribly excited that we're able to do something on this scale for the Durban July. Outer Limits and Simon McLennan, who's been in this game for a long time now. He brought the hard rock concept to South Africa. We are going bigger and better than we've ever done before. We've had very, very successful Durban July parties in the last 4 years, and I think this one's going to top everything.
So it's actually not the gambling ethic that gets the people together. It's a social gathering that's got some added attractions to it. Am I reading it right?
Yeah, absolutely. We provide a service to the surrounding community that just speaks of fun. You know, whether we're showing a rugby on a Saturday or we're having a ladies' night on a Wednesday night, people come here because they know this venue is all about fun. The positive about the additional gambling and the vibe and the fashion and the horses and everything like that is an added bonus, and it adds to what's going to be a fantastic spectacle, really.
They call it the sport of kings, and maybe this is the king of the sport of kings in this particular area, because it's few and far between as far as getting people together where they can actually have a bet in a venue of this reputable class.
Well, I think that's exactly it. I think the sheer concept of having a Durban July at a restaurant is an absolute novelty, and I'd be hard pressed to think of another venue that has done that before. Parents can come here and leave their kids with a child minded in absolute comfort, and just get on and enjoy the day, guys. Yeah.
What about the gals?
What about the gals? Well, the gals are always here in full force. There's going to be a lot of eye candy on the day. There always is, and I think that's something that Outer Limits is synonymous with.
Well, at the end of the evening of the Vodacom Durban July at Outer Limits, this is what it might look like. It might look like a little bit of a blurry. It might look like I'm standing behind the Victoria Falls in slow motion. But I can assure you, even if you haven't been at the Vodacom Durban July in Greyville Racecourse, this place is the most fun you can have with your clothes on.
This is not the stupid sports joke, it's a warm and a wonderful invitation. The Durban July has gone outer limits and will also take place in Joburg this year. Right here at the boooiiii Shopping Centre, your MC for the day at the Outer Limits Restaurant and Cocktail Bar, Joffers my boy. Don't miss out, we've got your spot reserved. Book now on 011 467 7938.